Hey everybody, we are live yet again. Happy
Happy
Sunday.
Sunday.
Happy Sunday shift. Please make
Yes,
sure
she
to
said.
like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Shout out to Janice, who always is so consistent with buying us a coffee. We appreciate you deeply. If you'd like to buy us a coffee, that's in the comments. Um, yeah, today is, I was telling Tanya, today is like my brain is gone, but we are happy to be here. If you are a father, happy Father's Day. If you
Yeah,
have a tough
happy Father's
day,
Day
yeah, if you
to
have a
those
tough
who's,
Father's Day, sending love
yeah,
to you too.
yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I'm still, actually, and I should have taken pictures for you, but I'm still in the whole, trying to figure out my apartment mode. I have decided that I'm going to be really doing some interesting crochet wall art. So
Mm,
for because I've been just hemming and hawing of what to put on my walls, and so I was like, I'm gonna make something, and that's gonna be really unique because it's gonna be for me. So I'm gonna try my hand at doing it. It's not gonna be done anytime soon. It's because the one that I chosen is kind of complicated, so I still have to learn those stitches and those skills. But I'm excited to just do this journey. So that is pretty much it. I'm still having issues with my cabinet that I ordered because when it came, it was damaged. They sent me a used cabinet, and I'm like, oh,
a
and then
used
they won't.
camera.
Yeah, it was boxed up and everything, but it didn't have any of the screws. It didn't have any of the legs. It was scratched on the sides, and so my TaskRabbit guy, he was like, "Send it back." Get because they were going to be like, hey, we can send you the parts for it. He's like, no,
No,
get the new
get the whole
thing.
thing back. Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, we'll send you a new one, but because it's damaged, then you don't have to worry about returning it. I was like, I don't have to worry about returning. They're like,
So now you
you
have
can
two.
you can recycle it or trash it or do it whatever you want to. I'm like, first of all, this is a big bulky item. So if I trash it, it's gonna cost me money. If I recycle it, it's gonna cost me money. I don't have a car, so getting rid of it is gonna cost me money. You guys sent me the damaged product. You need to pick it up and you need to get rid of it yourself. If you had done that in the first place, we wouldn't be having this problem. So
Mm.
that's my fight now for them to come and pick it.
That's my fight.
But yeah, my friend, she was like, "Oh, well, actually, if you don't want it, we'll come and pick it up." I was like, "Okay," but still, I'm still
Nice.
offended that this company feels it's my responsibility to get rid of a product that they should have gotten rid of and not sent to me.
Yes, that's wild.
So it's wild.
People,
But
terrible.
terrible. So other than that, I'm just, I'm okay. I'm just sad that businesses don't feel that they should give us customer service anymore. Like you have to chase somebody down and actually talk to them on the phone. You have to talk to AI or some sort of text
Don't even
message
get me started.
program. I was just like, what is wrong with customer service? I'm just like, I can't. Anyway, I'm great. Happy Father's Day.
Shout out to the chat. Shout out to Udak, Kita,
Yes.
Nikisha. Nikisha, we're so happy that you are here live with us, and thank
I
you. I'm sure
it
you also look lovely as well.
it's
Hey,
wild.
Math,
It's wild that folks are coming out the gate ready to throw down.
ready to fight about Curtis and that chair.
Yeah.
And it's so funny. I was traveling this week, so I literally, as I was putting up that we were gonna go live, I was
Uh-huh.
finishing up the episode, and Curtis walked in to look for that chair. I said, "Curtis, that's the name of this episode. You got to be hitting
Right.
me."
But
Yeah, I was traveling this week. Yesterday, I took my niece. She just turned 18 and also graduated high school. I took
hey,
her to like an afternoon
congratulations.
tea, like a very fancy one in Milwaukee.
Uh-huh.
Um, I finally am going back to Oakland next week, but so like the tea and doing a couple things with my mom this week are the last things I need to do for heading back to my beloved bed in California.
And the
Um,
weather is welcoming you. This is the
uh,
most even keel weather that we've had. It's basically what we're used to: foggy in the morning, sunny in the afternoon,
you
long
know my fave,
Sundays. So,
my favorite.
yes.
Uh, Shout out to Dee Marie and Sabrina for being here. We have been yapping. Let's get to the show. Let's get to talking about the episode because today we're gonna do like the week. kind of preview, please put in the chat what y'all wanted to talk about, because I only remember part of it because I was watching it from hotel. And then we're also during kind of like our hot take section are gonna go over the summer preview that came out in what is that? Soap Opera Digest. Also, can I just say this may be shady, I don't care. Soap Central. Hi, Emily. Soap Central. I used to love Soap Central when Dan, the old owner, owned it. Um,
Hmm.
I started watching All My Children in '01, I think. And so
Hmm.
like that's where I went to like catch up on the family trees and blah 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 blah. Blah. And then Dan sold it, and now it's just like clickbait and AI, and I don't like
Hmm.
that.
Yeah, I
So
mean, there's just some real downsides. AI now with everything being the stories being AI generated, social media being AI generated, and just like even some of the Facebook or social media groups are like being bombarded with AI content, and I'm just like, ugh. And people kind of either they're okay with it or they fall for it because sometimes AI content be totally false just to get clicks.
it's
And
mostly the videos. Tell us in the
yeah,
chat if y'all ever see those videos that are like, Carly's gonna die and Jocelyn's gonna kill her. Like it's just like stuff that like doesn't make any
wild,
sense. It's
right?
annoying.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just wanted to say that because Soap Central has really put me off. Anyway, Tanya, tell us who your performers of the week are.
So I think we have some performers that are not surprises. I mean, Jane Elliott knocked it out of the park, especially when she was, trying to, you
Mm,
know, correct Brooklyn, but then also recognizing that Brooklyn has a plan and she kind of needs to step back. It was just still great emotional scenes from her.
yeah.
And then also James Patrick Stewart with the goodbye to Charlotte. Valentin saying goodbye because he's turning him in. Always masterful performances. I mean, he's really
Hmm.
great, no matter what kind of daughter he gets, because Charlotte has been recasted a couple times. He still
Yeah,
managed to form a connection with whoever that new actress is, and so he's just really good, and so just amazing. But I want to talk about Andrew Hawks for a minute. Can we talk about him? So
that is Big C.
yes, so
So good.
can we talk
Hmm.
about it? So, Big C, on GH, he just looks like a true menace. His hair
Hmm.
is slicked back, his face is set at expressionless scowl. And I say this because it's wild because a scowl is an expression, but his is totally without expression. And,
Hmm.
and so he has these, like deep lines around his mouth that makes him look like just a really mean, upset hound dog, right? But
Hmm.
then, now we're seeing some actors going on Instagram, and he's been on Instagram trying to show his personality so people can see that he's not really like
Hmm.
Big C. But I
And
didn't,
he's
I
like handsome and funny.
Right. So I go on to, and he's been doing videos with Chris McKenna where he's playing the straight man to Chris's goofball. And so
Hmm.
I still see him, I'll still see a little bit of Big C in him when he does those videos. But he did one video with his wife where his wife asked him, "How are you different from Big C?" And all of a sudden, his hair is all tousled and
Yeah.
he has this huge, like, smile on his face. It's like big. It's like wide. There's just so much teeth. It's just like the, the most smiliest smile ever. And he just looks totally different from from Big C at all. And then there's this one question she asked him, like, about their dog, and they previously had another dog. And so he was talking about the other dog, and tears just really quickly came to his eyes. It looked like he was fighting for tears. And I almost
Mm.
cried with him. I don't know the man, I don't know the dog, I don't know nothing, but he had just such a wellspring of emotion on his face. And it made me realize if this man does not get an Emmy for a guest performance this year,
He's
it will
very
be amazing
good.
because it's so totally different than the character that he plays. And it's just a very vast difference that, so I just wanted to give him a shout out. Andrew Hawks, you are amazing at playing this really bad man that no one really wants to know and is mean and all this other stuff. But in reality, you're just totally different. So I just, felt like he needed his own segment for that because it's very
Yeah,
rare.
I
So
agree. He seems very delightful,
yes,
so different. I was also shocked when I saw his Instagram and I
right,
followed him right away because I was like, oh
yeah,
my God, this man is really good. I had
right,
no idea he would be as uh, just nice and like open
yeah.
and warm. I'm like,
Hmm.
okay. And
I mean,
I would imagine he has to go home and shake that off.
yeah, I mean, he made some sort of, comment about his laugh lines. I'm like, those laugh lines are well earned because that smile is huge, and you need to keep
Hmm.
those. It's
Yeah.
like it was really crazy. So I just felt like I needed to give him that big shout out. So
Yeah,
shout out to you, Andrew.
absolutely. Let's start with like mob hospital, spy hospital. Let's put them together. So we have this whole story around Valentine turning himself in. We obviously know
Hmm.
Jocelyn is in Windermere. Um, you know, Valentine is like, if I turn myself into Z, is it? So we don't have a name. We have just
Yeah,
Z.
I'm like, who is he?
Who is this? I saw some Delulu and I like joined in the Delulu so we can make it Trelulu and be Johnny Zakara. I mean, I know it's not, but like we'll love it. Because still in jail we have Johnny Zakara, we have Matt,
Right.
Patrick's brother.
Yeah.
Um, I feel like there's another person I'm missing. Oh, Nicholas, open the jails,
Yes.
okay? Free them
Please
all, like,
read them
please.
all.
We need bring our
Because
guys home. Enough.
right.
I'm ready for them to be gone because I know that like Matt, at the very least, his sentence should be up, and it would be
Yeah.
nice because we know that Patrick isn't coming back because he's on
Mhm.
Y&R and Robin. They have
Mhm.
their happily ever after, so I'm okay with him not coming back.
Mhm.
It'd be really cool for Matt to be there for Emma.
Yeah, Emma needs, family outside of the Scorpios. So, yeah.
Yeah, I would love that. So anyhow, um, Valentine, Carly and Valentine still make some time for some bomb chicka wow wow.
I'm check
And
around. Well, I mean,
I
just it was
said,
so funny because his last real serious line is like, you know, um, so now that they have their doctor, we don't have any time. I'm running out of time. I'm like, okay, and the next thing you know, they're taking the time to have this
right, slow love.
romantic slowly. They change their clothes. They're lining up 5011 candles. They're doing
I
just
was like,
taking their sweet time like there's no sense of urgency whatsoever.
I said, okay, I guess I
Like
guess the time is now and you have it. I don't know.
right,
Maybe they did that in the time that it took to get Charlotte to the house. I don't know.
right.
But Carly brings Charlotte over because the theory is that the Z will see Valentine, who is turning himself in. He
Mhm,
has information. And because he's turning himself in, Z will be like, I need to, like, I will see what he has to say.
mhm,
We will find out later in the week um from Pikeman that like we don't know for sure if that's true, that there is no guarantee that he will be seen.
right.
But we do bring Charlotte in. I liked the conversation that Charlotte had and Valentine had because Charlotte walks in and is instantly like, "Oh, you got a bag? Why you didn't tell me? I need a
Right.
bag to go too." And
Say
he's
less.
right. So let's we out of here. Like, yeah, really unfortunate that mom is sad about Rocco, but we out. Charlotte was gone, and Valentine was like, "No, we're not going to do that." And I should have not had you living like that way.
Mhm,
And so this acknowledgement that he was in the wrong, and a little bit of what
mhm,
Lulu said, because I remember
mhm.
saying this too. People were like, "Well, she prefers to be with Valentine." Okay, but he's a fugitive.
Right.
Like, of course, like if, she loves her dad. Yeah, you at 17, you want a life on the run with no rules.
Mhm. Yeah, I think when I was younger, I wanted, like, because I moved around like 6 or 7 times before I graduated high school, and I liked it. I enjoyed every last minute of moving, get to know new people, seeing new places. That's kind of like, for those of you who are adventurous as a teen, that's fun. But then my brother,
Hmm.
on the hand, he's like, no, I want to stay here. I don't want to, so
Right.
so I can see why she was like, I don't care, I'll go with my dad. So
And they always also have like a very codependent relationship. Like
hmm
Lulu has always had a big family. She has her mom. She had at the time Dante. Like she's always been a person that like Charlotte saw like deeply like taken care of.
hmm
Whereas to Valentine, it's not just that she loves her dad,
hmm
she believes that she is all that her dad has. And I
yeah.
do wish that we heard her. I mean, she says it a little bit, but I'm not even a Lulu fan, but I do think that like just Lulu's kids being so ready to go and like all
hmm
this from her, especially given how her kids came to be, like
hmm
basically against her control both times.
hmm
I have a hard time with them just being ready to peace out on her at any moment in time. Like and so I appreciate the like perspective that Charlotte, it's not about Charlotte needing her dad, it's about her dad needing her, and that's why she's
hmm
always ready to go with him.
hmm
And and this time him like being like, no, you cannot. We aren't doing that. And
hmm
I thought that was really important to double back on and
hmm
have them saying their goodbye.
yeah. And then, when he originally took her, obviously, I mean, Lulu was still asleep, and so that
Right.
was his main thing. But now he doesn't have that anymore. Lulu's in town.
Mm-hmm.
Lulu can take care of her, so he can't just up and take her and feel like he has every right to. So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I like this. Somebody said, or Brother Man said, Lulu kids have the Spencer gene in spades.
hmm
I agree with that, particularly around Charlotte, because everybody,
hmm
I mean, and I know that I think younger Charlotte, I always called her like baby Helena and like really played into the Cassadine piece of
yeah,
it, right? Like, because
yeah,
younger Charlotte had that little creep vibe that I really liked,
hmm
like she really did seem like that. But
yeah,
I do agree that I think older Charlotte does like really have that Spencer in her. And I actually
hmm
really like that. Um and so yeah, I mean, he goes and we shall have to find out or see what's gonna happen next. We don't
yep.
know.
We really
And
don't,
we really
because
don't.
he just left, and then that's it. We're like, okay. We don't get these
See you
scenes at
later.
the airport, or him packing or anything. It's
Right.
just gone.
I'm also like, how you traveling? What you doing?
Like, yeah.
Um, I guess all the face recognition is being used for Rocco. We just out here. Um, but we then have Charlotte talking to Carly. How do you feel about Carly keeping secrets from Lulu about Charlotte?
I don't know. I still have like a little bit of,
Mm-hmm.
resentment towards Lulu because of what she
Mm-hmm.
did, Michael. And so
Mm-hmm.
anything that Carly chooses to do about that, and I also feel like she never really got punished in the way that I felt like she should have. Like, especially given how devious and scheming and revenge filled that both Carly and Sunny had can be. And so I don't think, and then because Dante is, Sunny's son, so he just felt like, okay, I gotta get over that at some point. But Carly, I felt like Carly could have done a lot more, and she didn't. And she forgave him, and she forgave Lulu. And so, but I still feel like, you know, if Carly, whatever Carly does in terms of her relationship with Lulu, I'm not necessarily being like, oh, well, she shouldn't do that, because I always feel like Lulu deserves something still. And the fact that she's having this particular story is almost like karma, right? Especially when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to Rocco. Now, Lulu and Carly, when Lulu was younger, Carly and Lulu were close, and I think she wants to kind of still continue that, or at least have a similar relationship with Charlotte, in the sense that she's like the aunt that that Charlotte can turn to in case things go wrong with the mom. And so I think that's how she's playing it. And she knows she does need to keep Valentin secret. And so in some ways, Charlotte inserted her, well, no, Carly inserted Charlotte into this when she told Charlotte about dad being in the attic. And so that first act probably was not the best thing to do, but she
Mm,
did it for Valentin. And so now she has to keep it a secret that Valentin is, in Port Charles. And so definitely she can't run to Lulu and say, hey, by the way, I'm having these secret meetings with Charlotte about Valentin. But I just wanted you to know
See,
because I respect you as a mom. No, that can't happen. So at this is, I'm just like, okay, whatever. And so, but yeah, obviously, if this was a normal show in a normal situation, wouldn't necessarily appreciate having my daughter run to another woman outside of me. But then I'm not a parent, so I'm just like, well, at least she has somebody she can go to.
mm.
So yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
can.
bring in.
Yeah,
I'm
if I
gonna bring
was
in
a
some of the
mom,
chat.
yeah, if I was a mom, I probably wouldn't like it, but
Mm. Yeah, I'm bringing some of the chat because I'm kind of all over the place. So we have
yeah.
Emily who said Lulu is too irrational, so I never feel bad for her. She is the drama. When it's like when it's Lulu against like Brooklyn, I'm riding with Brooklyn. But I
Right.
think for me, when it's Lulu against like Britt, and I really
Mhm.
do sometimes feel bad for her when it comes to like the motherhood pieces of
Mhm.
it.
Yeah.
I agree with Tanya. Like I do, I know I still have some bitterness about like what happened to Michael. It's
Right.
irrational. It happened so long ago. It's a soap,
Yeah.
all of that, but I know that it's there.
Yeah.
And but I also don't think that Carly is currently playing tit for tat.
No, she's
Um
not. Yeah, I
yeah.
definitely agree with
And
that.
then Medora said something which is true. Is
Mhm.
Carly would be ready to throw hands if it was done to her first. If
Yeah.
somebody, do you remember there was a scene a while ago? Obviously a while ago. It was when Jocelyn and Sam were talking, and
Mhm.
I don't remember exactly what were talking about, but I remember Carly having an attitude with Sam for like not telling her exactly something or the other. So
Right.
100%. Carly would throw hands 100% if somebody had her daughter doing something. Carly likes to
Mhm.
throw hands now, today.
Right. Over
So for
Jocelyn.
sure, underage, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure, underage, she would definitely do that.
Mhm.
Um, then we have Nikisha saying Lulu came after Michael writing that article like he shot Drew and Carly didn't say ish. F Lulu.
Right.
And I wish they leaned a little bit more into Michael's Spencer side. Like they
Yeah.
have Michael, it's very much he's a quarter main now. It's a little bit of the Corinthos stuff every once in a while, but it's like very much the quarter main stuff. Even his scheme feels very quarter
We
main y.
remainish. Yeah.
But I do wish that they played more into. I think that that is something that I wish GH did more of, which is like the
Mhm.
familial connections, like
Mhm.
across the board. Michael is so connected, and we do not see him being in relationship with folks. I would love to see him playing video games or something with Danny.
Rocco or Danny. Yeah.
Yeah, with Rocco. Rocco's his nephew. Like we kind of don't like they kind of only give Michael relationships when they want to like whatever, but
Mhm.
they don't really give him the relationships I would love to see him play through.
Mhm.
Um yeah, so I would have loved to see that. And I have to say it's annoying to me because Lulu does not act as if Michael is her cousin.
And they had this like one scene when Rory was just coming on to GH, and I think Lulu was said something about what happened, and Michael was like, "Oh, I don't know if he said I forgive you, but they patched things up because of what she did and what he went through. But I don't think that I
Mm.
still feel like he's not comfortable necessarily with Lulu, not in the same way as he is with
Um,
Dante now. I still feel like there's a little something where he might be a little resentful. So maybe that's not why he's not trying to hang out with Lulu as much anymore. But I feel like And I would feel that way if it was me. I still wouldn't be like, okay, yeah, I forgive you because I want to release myself from having resentment for you. But that doesn't mean I'm going to hang out with you.
Mm.
That's how I mean, maybe that's my
Yeah, I
problem.
don't think. Yeah, I don't think Michael holds that resentment. I don't
Right.
think they've played him as holding that resentment. I do
Yeah.
think it would be nice to see him be like, "We can't trust you because when you have a story, you're like,
Hmm.
you
You're
do
coming
all
for
of
us.
this."
Yeah, you do all this
Because
stuff. Yeah.
they didn't even play. I mean, I know that they're not close. Michael never seemed to care that Lulu woke up.
Right.
And when it was like Lulu against Brooklyn, Michael seemed to be just like squarely, like, you know what I mean? Like, it was never like, damn, I can't believe my cousin did that to you and your son. It was
Hmm.
just like, yeah, I mean, Lulu be doing
Hmm.
that. It
I
was
do.
never familial.
I agree. I do think he definitely doesn't trust her when it comes to her journalism. Like he doesn't tell her the same things that he would tell other family members just because
And he
she is a
shouldn't because she got a big
journalist.
mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And then Naomi is bringing up something. I also agree with this, that it's odd to me that Lulu was willing to leave Charlotte behind, two passports, but
Hmm.
none for the daughter. I
Hmm.
found that to also be interesting because it's like she's like, oh, um, Charlotte can stay with my mom because we don't. And I think she's on this like we don't want to disrupt her life, but I think
Right.
it's more disruptive to Charlotte's life if her family leaves her behind. I think
Hmm.
she would much rather be on the run with Dante, her brother, and her mom instead of left behind as if she didn't matter. Like I
Yeah.
am confused by that as well.
I would also be thinking that she would feel some kind of way because Lulu always acted like her being on the run with her dad was such a horrible thing. And she goes and takes Rocco and leaves her behind. I would be like, that's a little bit hypocritical, mom. At the same.
Yeah, there's also this thing I think that GH does where they like write themselves into a corner a little bit.
Hmm.
Because if all of y'all leave and Charlotte is still here, why wouldn't she become an even bigger target of the WSB? Why would you leave
Exactly.
your daughter around if Big C knows that Charlotte or that y'all left with Rocco? The first thing I'm doing is picking up Charlotte and like
Right.
trying to entice y'all back and try to entice Valentin out. It just makes her a
Hmm.
bigger threat. And so I
Hmm.
feel like sometimes the show just is like, okay, let's do this thing right now, but they don't think about holistically like what it would mean. Because so we do have Charlotte and Carly like baking at her house, and Big C comes through with a warrant because Valentine, back in the day when Anna was like still in the hospital, was using Kevin Collins's name and a phone apparently with no VPN because it was bouncing off towers by
Hmm.
Carly's house. And so
Hmm.
they have a warrant to search Carly's house. Now they
Hmm.
don't find anything, but even the like implication or the thought that this is happening puts Carly in danger.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, interesting. I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, anything could have happened that she could have gave to him and said to explain the phone call, being like, "Yeah, I was the one to call her," or or Charlotte was here and she called, all this other stuff. I mean, that was definitely a kind of flimsy warrant excuse. But I thought it was really wild that he just basically waltzed up in there. I mean, even with the warrant, people knock on the door, so so he just walks through with 10 million guards
I'm gonna do it.
and be like, I'm gonna search through your place and didn't find anything. So, but and luckily we didn't know because Valentine didn't say goodbye or anything. He just like Valentine was gone, and so he had already left.
Hmm.
So yeah.
There are two things. So Medora is saying what I'm thinking, that Carly should call Sunny and clue him in 100%. I know that
Hmm.
Valentine had told her not to call Sunny, but for me at the time, it felt like Valentine wanted to be the hero and was like, don't call your
Yes.
ex, 'cause I can take care of
Yeah.
it. To me,
Exactly.
there's no reason to not call Sunny in to like at least let him know what's going on. And
Yeah.
then Matt said something around the writers write for certain plots and not for characters, and it's frustrating, and
Hmm.
I think that that's true. And it's also, they don't write for the world. I mean,
Right.
y'all, if you listen to this podcast, I've talked about this before, where Port Charles used to feel like gritty and dangerous. We was
Mhm.
outside. It was dark. We was on the docks. It was,
Mhm.
because we were a mob town. And so now that they like try to write it a little bit more light and like Sunny just like lives in a nice neighborhood now, no longer a penthouse, just
Right.
cool to live in a nice neighborhood now.
Yeah.
Imagine Sunny being your neighbor. Bro, didn't you just get like firebombed? I don't want you living next to
Yeah.
me.
Right.
Like, move, please. Um, but to me, that is like,
Sorry.
doesn't no, it's okay. We can't help it when the ambulances and the fire trucks go past. Just, living. But I think that like for me it's confusing because at the end of the day, Sid was on the loose and there's always some sort of threat. Carly should be having protection. Just like
Mhm.
the idea that Sunny's family has no protection,
Mhm.
it, it always comes back to, is Sunny like powerful and scary, or is he not? Is he local? Right? Like people
Right.
know Jason internationally, but apparently not Sunny. They don't even know him in you know
For sure.
Pennsylvania, right? Like so, even with Christina like leaving, okay,
Mhm.
we let's make sure you have like some sort of guard. Like there's just like nothing, and that becomes really weird. Um,
That
for
that
me,
Christina that Christina story is 100% wild on its own. Not to mention the guards, because I'm
right.
like, who is paying for her to go to medical school? I'm still
Right.
stuck
If
on
Sunny
that.
didn't know, how did she get the money to go? I can't do with
Right.
her. But um I said that to say that like there should have been like some mob protection for
Yeah,
Carly. Like
for
people shouldn't
everything.
even be able to, not necessarily like Valentin maybe could be in the house, but there should be a door person. There should be somebody at the gate at her house.
Mhm.
WSB shouldn't even be able to come to her house and like surprise
Exactly.
her. She
Right.
should be getting a call saying Miss
Uh,
Spencer WSB coming up.
yeah, exactly.
So I don't know. I don't know. But Carly does go visit. Carly does go visit Brennan in
Mhm.
camp. I don't stroke, but not stroke. I don't know. And the rollout of the information that she told him was very funny because first she told him that Valentine was leaving. Then
Mhm.
he tried to get into her head about Valentine and Anna's connection, which he's not wrong.
Right.
And then then she tells him about Jocelyn being at Windermere, the whole ring, Big C coming to her house, and he basically was like, "You need to leave town."
That's exactly
I
why she calls Sunny.
Carly, call your ex,
Mhm.
call your
Because
ex.
he
This
would want to know this.
I sometimes hate when they like make Carly like a bird just for the sake of like the man she's with. Carly is
Mhm.
not stupid. And
Right.
the things that you're doing, that's why it's like so funny. People will put up these polls online like who's the best mom? And like Carly's my girl down, but I never put her because girl, you just be doing anything with them kids. What is going on?
And then where, like, we know Donna, the actress that plays Donna's out there being a movie star, but no
Yes,
one
she
ever
is.
mentions her. No one mentions her. Like, where was Donna during this raid? you know?
And Scarlett, like when they talk about her, they just be like Sonny Corinthos' daughter. Like
Right.
I'm like, dang, he ain't just have her by himself.
exactly. But
So
he seems to have almost primary custody, because Valentine was there. I guess, they made some sort of secret deal between Sunny and Carly and like, okay, you're gonna have Donna most of the time because I need to be wilding out with my new man, and I'm not gonna tell you who that is, but basically I can't have her in my house.
yep. Yes, Emily's talking about Brennan living his best life. Brennan was entertained this week, and we're gonna get into more of it.
Oh
But
yeah.
um, yeah, you know how I feel about the actor, but I did laugh a lot at him this week.
Right.
Um, but yes,
Especially when
so
it come to Willow.
yes. But yeah, so he tells Carly to leave town. Pilar is probably the best mom.
Mm,
That's
right.
right.
The best.
Wait. Wait, do
Where
y'all
has she
remember?
been?
Who knows? Do y'all remember Letitia, R.I.P. to the homie, who they took her out with a text message killer? Remember the like the old nanny?
For Michael?
Redhead Michael used to
Yes,
run
he was.
her over. Redhead Michael used to be all over town, and Letitia would have to try to follow that boy. I said, "Woo, thankless
Yeah,
job."
right.
So it's like,
Redhead
um,
Michael was a trip.
Redhead Michael, people have feelings about him. He was one of my little faves. I loved him. I love a rambunctious child, which is why I used to love Nicholas Betchel Spencer. Oh my
Hmm.
goodness.
Hmm.
Um,
Wait, Pilar's been keeping Avery, so who's keeping Donna?
Pilar
No.
has Pilar is a girl mom. Okay, Pilar has two children because they also be spending the night at Pilar's house.
Right. I'm like, Pilar must have be rolling in the dough because she has to be paid overtime for as much as she takes care of them kids.
Right
That's the
now, I
that's the
don't
character. That's the job I want to be on. I want to be the soap opera babysitter because
for real.
you're usually babysitting the rich, wealthy families' kids, and they leave them with you all the time. So basically,
Sure
you're
do.
making bank.
Sure do. Overtime must go crazy.
Right. And
I don't know why.
they bring you to the island with them. I mean, you travel with them and everything. That's
Hmm.
like that's the best job ever if you like being around
Hmm.
kids.
Somebody said I heard Avery might be aged up. I don't know. I know we're getting a new
Scout.
scout, and she's gonna
Yeah.
be like basically the same age as like Danny, Rocco, and Charlotte. But we shall
Well,
see.
I saw the scenes with new Scout and I haven't thought about that, but let's talk about it when
No,
she.
so this is interim new scout, and then there's
Oh,
gonna be
there's
a
a
whole new
new.
new scout.
Oh, dang.
Yeah,
So they're trying to
yeah,
do a stepwise age up. So we.
probably, so it won't be so jarring.
That's wild.
um, Wait, this is funny because Donna, Donna is like my little nephew who be at everybody's house. Everybody be like, "Where little Dana?" And he just be at the godmama house, at the grandmama house. Like
Yeah.
that's how Donna is. It's
Yeah.
everywhere with Christina, Michael, Sonny, and even Ava's. Carly and Ava as like co-parents is one of my favorite things because they hate each other down, but they do.
Right.
They like, I know you're gonna be okay with my kid.
Right.
Oh, this is funny. Somebody said, our math said I think they should age up Avery. I still think she should be the one to take over the business. I mean, she is a Corinthos Jerome,
Rome.
so
Oh yeah.
you know, it
Yes.
feels like it's in her but in her blood. Um, so let me see what else we have. Oh, so Sidwell's still on the run. Sonny hits up his brother. So we have Justine is looking at Dante like, "What's up with your cops?"
Right.
Uh,
They know
Chase is a mess. Obviously, Nathan's is a mess.
not.
Um, but Sidwell's still on the run, and Sonny
Mhm.
talks to his brother because Rick. All Rick wanted is for Sonny to talk to him, and
Right.
he tells Rick that he wants to take out Sidwell. He's
Basically.
like, "Listen, we did it Laura's way. We
Yep.
tried.
We protected her, and then so now that he escaped from prison, it's all good. We can do
It's
whatever
my
we
way.
want.
It's the
It's
mob
my
way."
it's the mob way now.
And he tells Rick, and so now Rick feels good because he's bought in on the secret. Hopefully, we don't get no more
Finally.
guns pulled on Rick at the art
Right.
gallery.
He's
So,
100% in it now.
so we don't know where Sidwell was going, but we know that Ezra gets what he thinks is a text from Jacinda.
He was so excited. He got his room already.
Got the room ready. You would have thought it was about to be Carly and Valentin in there, the way he set it up. And he thought Jacinda was walking in. In comes Jen Sidwell saying that he got to help
Wild.
him,
Wild. She's like, I
which
ain't going
makes
nowhere.
sense because he still has probably has whatever evidence he had on Ezra.
Yeah. Whatever it was. just because people knew that he obviously visited, the sex worker trade. So that's not the secret that's going to bring him down. So it had to be something
No,
else. I don't know what it
no,
was.
they that came up in court.
Yeah. So what was the big? What's the big secret? Like, what did he do?
This is cracking me up because now that you said this, how is no one recognizing Sidwell when he's not wearing a disguise? I just picture Sidwell with like some glasses with the big nose on. Sidwell walking around like he ain't hiding from nobody.
But he
Okay.
looked unconcerned throughout the whole process. Like, oh, you're gonna arrest me? Okay, whatever. So let's get it over. He was just unconcerned about any of this. This is South African, East African warlord in America who really don't give a
Hmm.
damn about American police or anything. So
Sidwell's a FTP.
right.
Um, and Victoria's talking about Ezra in that robe with socks. Ezra was like, "Listen, I'm not gonna yuck his yum, okay?" He was dressed the way. If Ezra likes his robe with
Yeah.
his socks,
It'd be cold though. The floor would be cold. Sometimes you just need to protect your feet. And poor
I
Charles.
he's like, I don't really trust Carly's carpet, at
Right.
the Metro Court. So, I mean, we shall see. We do have Dante and Lulu still looking for Rocco.
Mhm.
Dante shows up to Lulu's house. I did like the scene. So Lulu is like working on a article, and Ethan is just walking through her house like his like a brother. Like, I got these chips. You want them? Because I'm gonna eat them all. It just felt like. I like when we get those like little slices where it's not really anything, but it just shows
Right.
people like living life. Um, but
I
Dante come in and Dante got an attitude with Ethan.
right. But I want to take a step back because when Lulu went to visit Windermere and Ethan was the big brother, I was just
Oh
like,
yeah.
I was so, I was like, okay, Ethan, I see you. Because he was giving them all hard looks. And he was just like, yeah,
Very Luke
people,
Spencer.
yeah, people be coming to this island and disappearing. He was like, that's not happening with my sister right now. So
Hmm.
it was great. I loved it.
Yeah, because you're right. We do have Lulu getting called to Windermere by Big C,
Yes.
and then they start asking her about Rocco,
Right.
and Ethan is like, "I'm coming. I'm there. What's up?"
Yes.
And I think it just like reminded me why they should have never tried to like turn Lucky into baby Luke Spencer because baby Luke
Mhm.
Spencer is Ethan.
Is Ethan, definitely. And that was the
Um,
scene. That was the scene when Big C was trying to be nice to Lulu. Like he
but
had
he was
this
also like just under the surface being a
right.
menace,
Like he was
like
like he had this smile on his face that looked like his face felt like this is uncomfortable for me. Stop doing it. Because it's like we're not used to you
yeah,
smiling. What are you doing? Like his lips were
yeah,
just like, I don't know if I can do this. Why are you making me smile?
a mess.
That's why it was
Um,
so good. That's what made me look into Andrew Fox because I was like, this dude.
mhm.
It was hilarious.
But yeah, I am liking Lulu because we didn't get a lot of Lulu and Lucky,
Mhm.
and so I am really liking Ethan coming back and like being family for Lulu,
Yes.
um, and so Dante comes in the house. When Dante don't mess with you, he do not mess with you.
Right.
Now he did have his like little conversation with Liz, talk about how they confide in each other.
Uh-huh.
I'm not quite sold on El Dante or what? Yeah, El Dante.
El Dante. Is
Um,
that what they're calling it? El Dante?
I don't know what people calling it. I'm
That's
not
cute though.
quite sold on it. Um,
I'm not
but
either. I still
you
feel like
know,
they're good friends. That's it.
yeah. I still feel like they used to be Sam's ex. So how many times they gonna swap?
Right. But
I mean, maybe as many times as Carly and Nina gonna swap because they love to swap too. Um, you know, but yeah. So Dante's mad. He comes in. He tells Ethan, "You can leave." Talking about to Lulu. I'm mad at you because you got her this passport.
mhm.
I don't. think that Dante knows that he cannot be mad at Lulu, or at least he's trying to put that aside. So he's
Mm-hmm.
now putting it on Ethan. What is Ethan supposed to do if your sister asks you,
For a
like what to
passport.
do? Then what's up?
Yeah, what's he gonna do? Like go run to Dante and be like, "Oh, by the way, Lulu asked me for some passport." He's not loyal to you, Dante. He's loyal to
He's loyal
his
to his sister,
sister. So he can be
and I
mad.
love me some
Dante,
Dante,
right?
but
Dante could be rad all he wants to, but Ethan just did what his sister asked him to do. So
right.
right.
And like I said, he's like clearly still mad at Lulu, but knows he can't be. So
Mm-hmm.
Max is asking why is Cullen at Windermere if no one is supposed to know about his dealings with Sidwell. I think that it's just on some like the WSB is there, like
Looking for Sidwell.
looking for him, trying to
Hmm.
investigate his disappearance.
Right.
Um, so they're like gonna go. They're gonna, try to figure out like the Brick has tracked down Rocco and Britt to like some sort of islands. They don't know where, but they did decide, as we spoke earlier about, that
Hmm.
they're gonna go on the run once he's found.
It seems
Um,
like GH is setting up some. Everybody's going to where Rocco and Britt is. Like, because it seems like Charlotte and Danny are gonna go there, and now
oh, are they gonna
Lulu.
go?
Well, it sounded like they were gonna go and look for Rocco and help Rocco, and then or maybe they're gonna go to Z. I think they're maybe going to look for Z to tell Z the truth. I don't know.
Well, that is what Charlotte did offer that
Yeah.
to her dad. It was like, me and Danny can go. Valentin said, "You and Danny can sit down."
But it just
Okay.
feels like this is going to be the big summer adventure is to leave Port Charles and deal with either Rocco and Britt or find Sid or something. I don't know. But I was like, is this going to be the big summer adventure? Or maybe to go and rescue Anna? I don't know.
I don't know. Oh man, brother man, he said Dante is such a goof. Which, damn, are you from Canada? I know they say that there. Who don't you have an attitude with? I mean, you don't have an attitude with Liz. There are Spencers. Even Sonny would have had passports had he known. You see,
Right.
he hasn't checked Laura yet.
Yeah.
He not gonna check Laura.
Mm-mm.
That's one thing he not gonna do. He not gonna check Laura. I think I feel some sympathy for Dante because I think it was wild that Lulu and Cassius didn't tell Dante in the first place. I
Mm-hmm.
felt like it was Cassius trying to be her hero. And so that's why, like, this is what we're seeing with these men. I don't know if that's
Mm-hmm.
intentional or not, where they are like, no, don't go to this other person who it makes perfect sense to go to because
Right.
I can be your hero, baby. I can give you what you need,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that is what they're doing. So I'm not sure, um, what the next steps are for Dante and like getting that attitude together. But I'm not mad at him I'm not mad at him for being mad in the first place.
Yeah.
And the stuff with Ethan is to me is just misplaced.
Mm-hmm.
But I hear you on our Dante. He do be mad. um Rocco and Britt are on this island. I don't like it. It's giving weird. It just
Mm-hmm.
like the vibes of it are weird. I don't like them being on this island together. I don't like it. Um but Britt is starting to have like some sort of like maybe withdrawals. Stick a pin in that. And Rocco wants to help. So Rocco finds her passed out. He thinks the Huntingtons had something to do with it. So he calls Charlotte and Danny from a burner phone to be like, tell Nathan that we need these injections. Now, what was a little annoying to me, oh no, never mind. He does Rocco doesn't know as much about the medicine. Anyway, so
Right.
they are like, okay, we will go to Nathan. They show up, talk to Cassius, aka fake Nathan, and Nathan goes directly to Lulu and Dante. Did you think Nathan was going to Dante and Lulu? Because I didn't.
No,
I was
I
surprised.
didn't. I was surprised too. I thought he was just gonna. That's why I really thought it might have been a setup to have everybody go down there because I thought he was just definitely just going to steal the medicine and go down and see
Hmm.
and see Brett. But instead he went to Lulu and Dante. I think he's just being really sincere and wanting to get forgiveness for his role in the past, and he seems to be going on some sort of apology tour right now. So,
I also think we're gonna
yeah,
lose Cassius, and I really
yeah,
enjoyed Ryan Pavey in his this role. I
yeah.
never cared for Nathan. I know people really loved Maxie and Nathan, like they have their fans. I've
Hmm.
always been a Spixie girl, so Maxie never really moved me.
Hmm.
He obviously was handsome, but they kind of just like leaned on handsomeness. The
Hmm.
man Landers story was weird, just all of that.
Yeah,
And this time around, we're actually getting some real emotion for him. I really like what
personality.
they're doing. Yeah, what they're
Yeah.
doing with Cassius. And so, but I don't think he's long for this show. To be honest,
No.
I think that like yeah, I don't think he's long for the show. But he does go to them, and it does. I think to your point, him on this tour, Felicia comes over and basically is like, so why you a deadbeat?
She didn't
Like,
say that. She's like, why haven't you come to see James?
I'm gonna be Felicia's translator. My girls have a deadbeat dad. I don't know if you know Frisco.
Yes,
Deadbeat. Why
that's
don't you stop
definitely.
being in the long line of deadbeats? Just like Mac had to raise my kids. Don't make Mac's son raise your children. So, but yeah, Felicia was like, "Could you stop being a bum ass loser and go see
She
your
did.
baby?" Like,
She just. James
that's
needs
what she
you
said.
right now. That's all she's like. James
Oh,
needs
you
you.
okay? I'm gonna take a step back because Emily said what I said. And I didn't want to say it, but this is true. She said the vibes were weird between being Britt and Rocco. It didn't feel like a mother son because they aren't, and it's uncomfortable to watch, like the kissing
Mhm.
cousins moment, in my opinion. Yes,
Mhm.
it's weird. I don't like it. Make it
Yeah,
stop. But
yeah.
yes, I wanted to name that. I also love this. Hey Tara, she said Cassius is out here betraying Britt for Lulu. I guess Lulu put it down. He fell in love, and now he betraying his sister for her.
Right. But it's not like
So
Britt was thinking about Cassius at all when she went and did all her stuff. So,
no, she was
she's
not.
like, so,
Yeah, she's not. Um, but yeah, so we will see what happens with all of this. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Back to Ethan. So Ethan, we find him having this like test with Elizabeth. I saw people were confused about it. I was not. Last week we saw Ethan stealing
mhm,
some DNA or stealing something from the police precinct. And then this week we see him getting swabbed up clearly to like get a DNA test. So
mhm.
to me it feels like he stole something to like make it appear as if he is maybe Delilah's dad and he's not.
Dad.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm imagining.
Yeah. I mean, I was surprised in the sense that I really wanted him to be the baby's daddy, but apparently he isn't. He's cool with playing like that. Well, we don't know why.
Hmm.
So it's still like this the overall mystery of what Ethan is doing here and why is still in the air and
Yeah.
what he's up to.
I would love because I'm imagining I can't remember. Did Ethan know Nathan?
I don't think so.
I
I
don't
don't know.
think they overlapped. I don't think they overlapped. But
Yeah.
I just feel like we haven't had Ethan and Nathan around each other. And so I
Mhm.
wonder if um Ethan will like can tell that the vibes are off. And then Tara said, I'm happy Dante and Lulu are having Britt arrested for kidnapping. Good on them. Let me just say how much I don't like Britt. I am not impressed. I don't I don't like her. I don't understand liking her. I don't I just don't. I don't get it. She has not been written in a likable way. I believe no matter what they try to have people say, like, oh, she would never hurt Rocco. Da, 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 da. This is a grown woman who took an underage child out of the country. This is a grown woman who, from the moment she stepped into Port Charles, has put Rocco in danger by her presence. Rocco was only even on the WSB's radar at all because Britt would not stay away from him. So if you know that you're doing something dangerous for the WSB, you could have had that one conversation with Rocco, told him that you weren't interested in knowing him beyond that, and let it go. But we have to pretend like she has some sort of interest in this kid because she carried him when that's never been the case.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of like leaving that boy alone and keeping him where he was, all of a sudden, like you're in his life and he's so close to you, and now he want to be a doctor, and now he want to be this, as if your life wasn't dangerous and you weren't wrapped up with the WSB. So to me, when it comes down to like Britt versus Lulu, I've always wanted Lulu to be able to put hands on her because what do you mean you took my baby again?
And you need to, like, she's not even justifying Rocco's feelings for her. Like she she hasn't had any real parenting relationship with him, or actually felt responsible for him in any way, or she hasn't made decisions that showed that she actually cares about Rocco's well-being. Like, the minute that Rocco followed her or around, that should have been like, she should have been like, okay, I need to actually wean him away from me because this is dangerous. And if I
Hmm.
cared about him, I would not want him to be mixed up in my life in any way, shape, or form. When he said
Hmm.
that he loved her, she should have been like, I need you to understand something. I appreciate that you care about me, but you shouldn't love me because you have a mom. You have someone who really loves and takes care of you. I'm a fun adult who, I'm maybe at work like the worst aunt ever, but best, or play cousin. But I'm not someone you should love because I'm not a responsible individual. That's what, I feel like she should have done that, but she hasn't. Like, and maybe it's because of how I operate my life. I refuse to take ownership or allow someone to feel like I'm a responsible parent because I'm not. And I'm not gonna like I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna adopt
Uh-huh.
a kid because I want one. I know what it means to be a parent. So I know I'm not at the place to do that. So why would I insert myself into some child's life because they could potentially be hurt by me? And she's not doing that. It's
No.
it's wild to me that she would allow this little boy to go run away with her, and she doesn't have
Mm-mm.
any kind of responsibility bone in her
Mm-mm.
body, and she's allowing
Nope.
him to do this. It's very wild, and so Lulu has every right to want to kick her ass, want to throw her in jail, underneath the jail, beside the jail, all
Hmm.
of all the things, because she's not right, and Rocco should not be looking up to her in any way, shape, or form.
Hmm.
I don't know if any of
And then
my
I
kids
think
rates
this
it.
is true, and then we'll keep going. The
Yeah,
BLQ rewrite of history worked better. We can kind of accept she gave up a baby. Bristol embryos to trap a man. To trap
right.
a man.
Man, right.
Speak louder. To trap a man. It
Not
wasn't even
because
that
she
she wanted to be a
wanted it.
mom.
Yeah, she just wanted to trap this man.
And now we are expected to accept her as an alternative mom for Rocco. Exactly. We haven't even seen her grieve Spencer.
Hmm.
And that was the kid she was close to.
Right.
Um, oh, here we go. Tara says they think that having her say you should go home to your parents, Rocco, absolves her from taking him in the first place. Yes.
Mm-mm.
They like do this
Yeah.
thing where like he says something because she has allowed a relationship to grow between them that was
Hmm.
inappropriate. And then when she's like, well, no, no, no. And then he's like, no, I want to go. Now they're like, well, he chose to go. No,
Mm-mm.
she manipulated him into a relationship with her.
Hmm. She's the adult.
She's the
She's
adult,
the
and then she
adult.
wants to look a good person to say no, you can't come.
Mm-mm.
girl, you not a good person saying no, you can't come because you beat Elizabeth up
Right.
to
Trapped
like
her
get
in the
this kid to
closet.
go with you. Anyway, the
Yeah.
other thing that we have, because let's move to the PCPD because then we'll get into Chase too.
Okay.
So the two people who are working overtime at PCPD, Being Girls Detective, horny DA.
Right.
So I don't even know Mean the Girl Detective's real name, but he
Yeah.
is like doing a lot of like investigation. And in Britt's room, he found like a syringe, and so he tried to get it tested, thinking it was going to be like medication or something, but he finds out it's saline. So my assumption is that that means that Britt never really had Huntington's. That's my assumption.
At the very least, we know that she never got any medicine. And so she has been, you know, fooled into thinking that she's getting treatment. So all of her symptoms and even her lack of symptoms seem to be psychosomatic because she thinks
Hmm.
that she has something that she really doesn't have.
I think so too. Or
Yeah.
like the medication like caused like something and like
Yeah.
taking it gives her withdrawals. Like
Well,
in
I
any
mean,
event,
the way that what's his name? Lucas said it was just saline. And he said saline has no real effect except maybe
yeah,
hydrating you. So
yeah,
whatever she's experiencing doesn't even make sense based off of
right,
whatever medication. Like saline does nothing.
right. And they also had her when Lucas gave her those tests when she first came back, she didn't even have any markers of Huntington's.
Right.
So who knows? But he's on that, and we are seeing him like Mean Girls detective get closer to Lucas. So we shall see what that means.
Hmm.
But oh, and Britt's allergic to mangoes, and they eat them on the run. I didn't know Britt was allergic to mangoes.
Wow.
This how
Yeah.
what happens when you really can't stand somebody. Like, oh well. Uh,
So maybe that's what she's feeling sick about because she's eating mangoes. She shouldn't be really eating mangoes.
um, but Justine ain't got no time for Chase.
Justine ain't got time for nobody right now. She's
She ain't got no time. And so she was already mad at Chase because she believes that Chase is the one who stole this like footage of Willow,
Mhm.
whatever. So we have the scene where Willow gets lured over to the quartermains because Tracy says,
Mhm.
like, from Wiley's phone, I'm at the lake fishing with Chase. No invitation, just this is what
Nothing.
I'm doing.
Mhm.
So she shows up and is looking for them, and Tracy's like, "Gotcha, gotcha,
Right.
bitch." Um, you came here for Chase. So they get to arguing. Here's what I hate. I hate that they tried to allow Willow to have any points with Tracy.
Right. That whole statement that she made was like, "You're doing all this because your children don't love you." I'm like, "Ma'am, that's not true. You
And
know
she was
nothing."
like, she was like, you don't know anything about Dylan. She's like, how would I? I was like, damn, that is a good one.
That's true.
But Tara pointed out when I was talking to her, she said something wrong because she was
Mhm.
like, you're in Monica's house with Monica's family. And Tara pointed out that everybody except for Michael and his children who
Mhm.
live in the house now
Or
are
Tracy's
all
family.
Tracy's
Right.
lineage.
Yeah.
So it was like a very weird thing to say. So anyway, she gets talking crazy. Tracy put a hand on her, but not too much. She
Wait a minute. And then
sees
also, what
Chase.
about Ned
uh,
too? Ned's still living in the house.
yes, in the house is Ned, Olivia, and their kids.
Right.
Then it is or Leo rather. Then
Leo
it is Brooklyn, Chase, their
and the little
baby,
baby. Yeah. And then Geo
and then
sometimes.
Geo sometimes. Tracy. And then Michael is like, family, but like he's the only one who's not directly Tracy's like
Right.
whatever. So it was just weird. But anyway, she sees Chase walking up and she throws herself into the water. Chase instantly runs, "Oh my God, Willow!" And she had a scrape on her knee.
Oh my
And
god.
so Chase arrests Tracey, even though Tracey said, "Nah,
I
I
did
didn't
not
do
do that,
that." She lied.
but
So
basically,
when so Chase, who already got snapped on for taking a file while he was not in uniform by Horny DA, decides that out of uniform at his home, he's going to arrest Tracy for this thing with Willow.
wild.
I was disgusted. I was annoyed. Willow decides she's gonna try to pretend like she's a good person after Michael also convinced her. Michael was like, "Listen,
We don't need this
this would be
scrutiny,
bad news, blah blah blah."
right?
Um Willow looks like a good person because she decided, "Oh no, I'll let it go."
But I hated her party line too. She's like, "What would it look like to the kids if I let Tracy get away with this? What she did?" I'm like, "It wouldn't look like anything unless you
There
told the
we go.
kids what happened."
What actually didn't even happen.
Right. Like, how would they even know? So, they're not going to learn anything about this.
She's
The
so
little
annoying.
the little girl's not going to understand.
She don't
And
even
then
like Willow.
Wiley will be like, "Oh, it'll be a lesson in, like, sometimes you have fights and you don't necessarily need to arrest them over them. It's
You don't
okay.
call the police.
You don't call the police because somebody pushes you in the pool and you got a scrape on your knee."
So Naomi said it's ridiculous that Chase is so high and mighty he would arrest his wife's grandma in a situation because of Willow's boo boo.
Boo boo. Right.
Just trifling. And so then Chase, just like an idiot, beaming behind her, like, "Willow's such a good person." So we have two branches. So Willow goes and she has a conversation. Chase goes home and has a conversation with Brooklyn. Now, what really bothered me was Chase basically trying to like make Brooklyn believe Willow over her grandmother.
Right.
I was disgusted. I'm kind of over. I was like pretty much like I like Brooklyn. I liked Chase and Brooklyn because of Brooklyn. I think Brooklyn deserves better than this man. He's an
Big.
idiot, and I don't like what they're trying to do with him, which is
Yeah.
like, "Oh, he's so smart," or "He's not smart enough to know that that Willow's doing this. Willow is the whole problem. Poor sweet innocent Chase." No, no.
No. No. That marriage is done. It's over.
Hmm.
As far as Tracy's concerned, and I feel like part of the audience is concerned because as far as I'm
Yeah,
concerned, it's over.
yeah. I appreciate that Michael, when talking to Jacinda, was like, "Yeah, Brooklyn needs to get out of this like relationship so that she can like get Phoebe on her own."
Right. Like, she doesn't need
Because
Chase for to have the baby.
no, we got Chase as Curtis Jr., overconfident and unaware, period. And then he did the same thing with Nell. He exactly did the same thing with Nell. And if and when this comes out, I need for the Nell piece to come out too. Like
Hmm.
this needs to be an existential crisis for Chase to like understand what he did wrong because he has done nothing but cap for this woman for like over a year. The like propping of Willow through this story has not done nothing but destroy Chase. And I
Hmm.
think that they thought that because people like Josh, because Josh is handsome, which is why you keep seeing him with his shirt off now. Because they're like, don't forget you like him.
I
Like,
mean, it's like, what are you, Chase? What are you doing outside of arresting people and going swimming? Because that's literally
mhm.
all that you do. You pretend to be a
Hmm.
good cop and then you go swimming half the time. It's wild.
Um, TV watching a man lights up the way Chase does when he talks about Willow while talking to his own wife, and there's a problem.
Mm.
100%. And then the writers severely underestimate how much people dislike Brooklyn versus how many people thirst over Chase. Absolutely. And they do that
Hmm.
all the time. They did
Right.
that, I mean, they did that with Portia as well, because so many people like piled on Portia. And the moment she stopped being like, you stopped seeing her completely through Curtis's eyes, she became a whole new character.
Hmm.
Chase, even I think they underestimated how him going up against Rory's Michael. Because when he went up against Chad's Michael, a lot of times people were on his side. Nobody's on his side against Rory's Michael.
Nope.
So I don't know. He looked a mess. I loved the scene. You talked about this with in Performers of the Week, where
Hmm.
Tracy was just like, and she ran out her lineage. And these are people Tracy don't even like. She was like,
Yeah.
me,
Your
your
mama. Your
grandma,
right.
Josh
All these
Travolta's sister. None of these women
women.
are weak. None of these women are weak bitches, and here you are being one. So what
Right.
now?
Hmm.
And I appreciate. And so Brooklyn is like crying, like, do you think I'm weak? And I was like, kind of like, yeah.
Yeah.
Again, your man is like, or your man is trying to like has tried to make you turn against all of your family over
Hmm.
his ex. He wants you to turn against Michael for his ex. He wants you to turn against Tracy for his ex. You keep having Willow try to like talk bad about the Quartermains when nobody has done anything to her.
And she's getting into a little bit of scheming and illegal behavior simply because she doesn't want to tell Chase, well, what she did, and she doesn't want to risk losing her daughter. If she had just came forward early on, this wouldn't have been an issue. Because if she'd done it early on, then maybe I don't know. Jordan and Curtis are just wilding out right now. But they would have been like, if it was Brooklyn, they would have been like, "Oh, it's okay because we actually caused the accident, but thank you for coming forward." But that's rational. That's rational human beings. They would have done that, and that would have
don't even
been
know.
the end. So,
I don't
but
even know, because I also feel like I don't care about Jordan in this accident. I don't
I
know.
don't either.
It's
But
silly.
now, I mean, but now her goal is to make it look like Willow was the one that left the scene of the
Right.
accident, the
Right, right.
non-accident. And so I'm just like, you don't even have to do all that. You could just
Wait,
be
hold
like,
on. I don't know about this. After all this simping, the writer should give Josh Swicker his wish and make him join Sonny's orgs because Chase the Sim is irredeemable. I didn't know that Josh Swicker wanted Chase to be in the mob. That's very funny. I had no idea that
I can't
he's
even
ever said that.
I can't even picture him just because Chase is just so as a character is so embedded in my mind. I can't see Josh Wicker
Yeah,
actually playing against.
amazing. Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so as you said earlier, Tracy like kind of backs off after Brooklyn like tells her that she needs to be trusted.
Hmm.
I also like Tracy and Michael scenes because Tracy and Michael is like such an underrated duo because they very much are like. I
Hmm.
love the fact that Tracy has to respect Michael because she loves him as a Quartermain. He
Hmm.
reminds her of Edward, but she also got to remember that part of Edward in him is because Sonny raised him.
Right.
And then there is, and Tara also talks about this, like the Quartermains were like old money, and like Sunny was like new, kind of like trashy money.
Hmm.
And at the end of the day, when you raise your kids, it's kind of the same. They rich either way.
Right.
Tracy tries to tell BLQ not to shrink herself for a man. What Tracy said to him was what Christina Yang said to Meredith Grey on her last day at the hospital.
Hmm.
He's very dreamy, but he's not the son you are. Shout out to my Grey's Anatomy fans, and Brooklyn would
Hmm.
do well to remember that because Chase
Hmm.
is not worth all that.
He is not.
This is funny. Chase is talking about how Willow is this fragile, delicate flower who needs his protection when she's one of the most powerful people in Port Charles and the country. And I think that that's true too. That Chase is like, oh my God, Willow. No, hate it.
Mm-mm.
Um, Willow, on the other hand, goes and talks about this with Nina and Jack. What I loved was Nina was trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, and Jack was like, "Oh, so you jumped in the water?" And Nina was like, "She would never." And then she was like, "What was I supposed to do?" So
He
Nina
was
had to be
like,
like, "Oh, stop
he was like,
gassing your daughter up."
he was like, you did the right thing. It was pretty smart.
Like it's just another set of people who see Willow for who she is.
Hmm.
And while Nina sits here and continues to try to like talk it down, girl, you
Hmm.
and your daughter are like keeping a man bedridden with drugs. Okay? Like you are not good people.
No. Ah,
So we will
wild.
see. Somebody did also point to this. I am interested to see if Chase becomes her chief of staff. I think it's going to be one of those things like he's like, I'm not, appreciated here by the DA, and Dante doesn't have my back. I'm gonna have to go. I think it's going to be something like that, and he's going to go work with her. But
I mean, I was surprised that, well, obviously she doesn't have, again, control over his employment, but I would have been like, if it was, I'm surprised the DA wasn't been like, this is so ridiculous, you need to fire him and then let him go. But that didn't happen. And so I'm surprised it didn't happen. Like him leaving Port Charles PD didn't happen as soon as, this whole incident was, brought to light. Because it is
mhm.
ridiculous that he's just handcuffing somebody. It's a waste of police resources. He wasn't even on duty. It
Yep,
wasn't that big of a deal. You know,
yep.
he basically overstepped. I don't know if he has some sort of contract saying that he can't overstep or this is it for him, but this would have
He needs
qualified.
it.
Yeah.
He needs it.
Mhm.
Um, let's finish out
Jack is
before we get
Jack
into the
is
summer.
grooming his next agent. can,
Oh my god. Might as well.
can you imagine Willow in the WSB?
I can see that being how Willow gets out of all of this.
Ugh.
Because abolitionists over here, I believe in no jails. I want Willow in jail. Because I think that she's done too much. And like
Hmm.
what keeps happening with the Westborn women in general, if we're
Hmm.
being just like 100% honest, is that they take them into doing too much.
Hmm. Nina should have
And
been arrested for keeping Sonny for how long? Keeping him a secret. She wasn't.
I remember people trying to convince me that it was okay to do that. No. I agree here with a TV watcher. Oops, my thing, my computer or my iPad just did
Hmm.
something weird. Maybe. Hold on. Oh, nope, got it. Who said, I think Jack is playing Nina and Willow. I don't think that he has anything on Drew. He just doesn't want them to drug him again and put him in a locked in state. I agree. And we also have Felicia this week doing her job and telling Willow, oh yeah, girl, guess what?
I signed him
I'm
up.
s- I'm signing Drew up to try to communicate. And I love Drew looking at her like hmm, blinking. Yes. We love it.
Uh,
So
I mean,
um
particularly as far as this evidence goes, this evidence could clearly, easily be looked up. You do not need Jack for your evidence to prove that Drew was using
no.
campaign funds, but she is so stupid that she gonna believe everything. They're both so stupid they will believe everything that he says, and so whatever he's doing, he has every right to do it.
Mhm. And finally, the namesake of this episode. Let's talk about Black Hospital. So
Oh,
we have
you
Curtis
named
and
it. I didn't
Portia.
notice that you named the chair.
Where's my chair? That's why people came in hot about Curtis.
Right.
Um, so we have Curtis and Portia. Curtis shows up at Portia's house and is like, and walks in. He's like, "Oh, you've been redecorating. I see you got rid of my favorite chair." Curtis, I'll pop you on the back of your bald head.
But the way he even mentioned the redecorating, he's like, I see you change things. Like, yeah, you're not there, so I can change things. I don't want to live in the house that we were living in because we are not together anymore. So why are you coming in with an attitude in the first place?
And this is always my thing about Curtis giving Jordan, or I'm sorry, Portia the house, that
Right.
it was like a way to control her, a
Yeah.
way to believe that you had any say over where what she could do, who could live there, what could happen with the baby, all of that. And
Mm-hmm.
that's just not the case. And so we have a simultaneous conversation happening with Trina and Ava, which I thought was like fine, but I'm gonna just say this. I okay, I have a couple things I think.
Mm-hmm.
One, I hear a lot of people, I've seen people say that the writers are like trying to sabotage Trina because she was popular and whatever. I don't think that that's true. I don't think it benefits the writers or anyone for Trina not to be popular. That's just me personally. If
Mm-hmm.
I find out something different, not happy for the writers, happy to say something different. I think that they don't know how to write black people, and they do not understand how silly it makes Trina look to be treated like a child. So they're like, because like, look at the way they have Curtis react to Stella. That there's like an infantilization that happens in like the familial relationships with black people on the
Mm-hmm.
show. So they really do, they talk about Trina like, oh my God, we have to make sure she's okay. We have to make sure we can be in the room without her. I don't want to hear it. Trina should have never thrown a baby shower and tried to force her mama to be around people who don't like her.
Right.
Trina, you know that y'all was just sitting around on the holiday talking bad about your mama. So why would you want the people who was talking bad about your mama to have to be at her baby shower, to have to put up her nursery, to do any of that? Leave your mama alone.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to do that family stuff, go do it at Curtis's house. Y'all you don't consider um they don't consider Portia their family, so let them be. Because even when Curtis was like, "Have you?" He goes and he asks, "Like, have you heard from Trina?" She's like, "No, I text." The thing about it is, Curtis, you're upset about this because this hasn't happened to you before. Trina's
Right.
known to stop talking to her mama. Anytime her mama does anything she don't like, Trina cut her mama off and go silent. So for Curtis, this is the first, because this is the first time you've acted such a fool in front of your daughter that she had to actually consider that you one should either.
Right.
Which never makes sense to me personally because Trina always had a dad. It wasn't as if Portia made this decision to keep Curtis out of her life and that meant she was fatherless. She had a great dad, a dad who she was close to, who we never talk about anymore. So this
Mm-hmm.
like attachment to Curtis has never made sense.
Yeah.
How do you feel? I hate this man. And I hate that
I mean,
story.
I've been over Curtis for a long time, and I've been over Trina's response to Curtis for a long time. I'm still like not over her just cutting off her dad just because Curtis was announced to be her real dad. The man that raised you all your life, you all of a sudden don't give a damn about. That's wild to me. And so I'm just like, I'm not investing myself emotionally into this whole father daughter relationship because I'm mad that she just threw away the other relationship so quickly, especially when her history has been all about protecting her dad, making sure he disappeared for a while. And so she was all in the search for her dad, like what happened to him and all this other stuff. And so now she all of a sudden doesn't care. I don't like it. And then, Curtis, yeah, everything that you said is true. I mean, he's been just basically emotionally abusive the whole time with Portia. And he still feels that he's in the right. And the only reason why he's making any kind of concessions is supposedly for Trina, who's a grown adult. No, that doesn't make any kind of sense. Like they should have I really wish that Portia would stay true to what she said and being like the
Yep.
only reason we need to talk is to go through lawyers or whatever. Because she needs
Hmm.
to cut him out of her life, period. She doesn't
Yep.
need to interact with him. They don't need to
Hmm.
pretend to be decent to each other when they're in each other's presence for Trina. Trina's an adult. If she was 5 or 10, I can see going through all these things. But she don't
Yep.
have to do all that. And now she's doing
Yep.
it's just no. I'm over it. Curtis needs to be again one of those people who needs to be thrown under the jail. because
Yep.
he's just too much, and he gets
Hmm.
away with everything. He feels like he is more important than he actually is.
Yep. Because did Curtis tell Portia that he was about to have Drew killed?
Nope.
I don't think he did. Um, this point, Curtis wanted her to keep the house as a shrine to their love. He's mad that she moved on with Isaiah instead of being a sad old maid like Jordan was when he left her. Period.
Mm-hmm.
He's a bald headed bum, 100%.
Period.
Um, did Curtis think he would be at the house frequently enough to keep his chair there? Take your I was gonna say something so out of pocket, but I'm gonna just bring it back. Take your
Yeah,
chair to your new home, Curtis.
that's what he should have
What I was
done.
gonna say is take your chair to your new house, but I left it alone.
Mm,
Um, I took issue with Trina mentioning Isaiah and Portia as an affair because they keep having her say that. Everybody keeps saying that. They
right,
want people to like find fault in Portia because too many people are on Portia's side and not on Curtis's side.
right.
Like what we should have is somebody who, but we don't have anybody who has Portia's back outside of Isaiah.
Hmm.
What we need to have people say is it was clear that Curtis and Jordan were like rebuilding their relationship while he was still married, which is why he moved on right away. But
At the
instead, we don't
very
have him saying that.
at very least, people could say, "Well, I think they already decided to, in their marriage, and so Portia technically did not cheat on him." Except it's just that because the fact that they hadn't signed divorce papers, then it's clearly an affair, and she cheated, and she's the
Yep.
reason why they were separated. That's not the case.
No nuance.
None.
This is the same thing that we heard Tara say. I'm convinced that Curtis fully believed that Portia will be off somewhere depressed, pining over him until he was ready
Hmm.
to come back, and is shook that Portia has actually moved on with her life. And moved on with
Hmm.
somebody who like cares about her. Moves on with somebody
Hmm.
who actually doesn't judge her every time she speaks.
Hmm.
100%.
I mean, that's part of
Um,
the reason why he hates Isaiah so much, just because like he's a better man.
yep,
Period. Not just a father, but a better.
yep. Janice said, thank God Portia and Curtis agreed to no more fake family bond crap. And that was on Portia. She was like, don't do
Hmm.
that. And they also agreed to like our significant others won't be there.
Right.
So that's another thing. Um, and then also to your point, Tanya, Curtis and I raised Trina. I don't understand how Taggart could be completely erased from her memory.
Hmm.
We did have Trina talking to Ava, and we did get a Spencer mention about how hard it was for her
Hmm.
when Spencer died, and like how her parents helped her out. But to me, it was just like I don't know. I don't care, Trina. Like, get her something to do. Let this. I mean, I know we're supposed to have like another piece of the conversation happening after this. After this piece of the conversation, let it be done. This like I'm just gonna be like having to make whole like nobody has ever asked Trina to do the things that she's done for her parents. That is
Hmm.
something that you have chosen to do. So making some kind of grandstand about you not doing it anymore, why? We don't
Right.
care. Give her something else to do.
Shout out to Mara West in that dress, man. She wore at the
I
museum.
like Ava. I love Ava. I I I appreciate her being there for Trina, but also
Hmm.
I was like, girl, this personal advice is funny coming from you. Okay. Okay. Um, I don't remember it. Were the divorce papers signed? Maybe I don't remember when it happened.
Yeah, I don't either.
Somebody saying it was done off screen. I don't know. I mean, hopefully, I still don't get her hands on it because remember when she had Portia or Jordan and Curtis got really divorced because she got her hands on the papers.
Right. Yeah, Stella.
Um,
She's well
yeah.
for that.
But yeah, I mean, we've talked about it. I think Curtis is raggedy. I think the show doesn't understand how to write with black families. I think that I don't care about this conversation Trina's about to have with them. It was very much like not reading the room. Like they're together and then she's like, "No, I'm gonna talk." Girl, okay. Talk talk on Monday. I do not want to hear anymore after that. Go be a
Hmm.
person that's not consistently worried about them. It's
Right.
annoying. It's not becoming for her character. It's not a good story to tell. Bye.
Right.
Do you have any hot takes? Because we're gonna run through
I
real
think I
quick
kind of,
the.
said,
Oh no. Oh, here we go.
yeah.
I found it on my phone. Y'all know I'm still on my iPad in my mom's house. When you finally see me set up again on a computer, not an iPad, that's when you're gonna know I'm back home. So with that, it means I have to also be looking at my phone
Hmm.
for my notes, which is stressful. Okay. Um, things that are happening coming up. Jason's return. Steve Burton will be back as Jason starting um with GH's 16,000th episode on July
Woohoo!
13th. So July 13th is when Jason is back. The character was whisked away by the WSB back in March. Um Jason, okay, so they're saying Jason's return from abroad um, as a changed man. His imprisonment has had a profound effect on his outlook and how he intends to conduct the rest of his life. His decision will have big implications for Danny, Brent, and the Quartermains, Anna, and especially Sunny. I'm
Uh-oh.
not particularly interested in Jason saying that he doesn't want to be in the mob. I would love him to stop running all over town, trying to not be a dad to Danny, but we know that Jason needs to be in the mob. Let's, not do too much with that.
Mm. Well, maybe he's like, okay, I'm fully back in the mob, and Danny, you can stay with Alexis. I don't know.
Yeah,
We don't know what's gonna happen. And maybe even as wild as I'm going back to medical school with
that's
Christina.
funny. Oh my God. Not Jason, where are you going to medical school with Christina? I mean, it's less absurd, to be quite
Right.
honest. Um, and I wonder if they're gonna have him and Britt not be together.
I hope so, because I need Britt to take a break.
Mm. Anna's back. Anna has the goods on Cassius. Oh, that was the thing that happened this week. They were like, Anna hired back Nathan. I'm like, no, Anna was taken because she would not hire back Nathan. Anna had too
Oh,
many
she was
questions about
looking into
Faison's
it.
kids.
Yeah, she was looking
Yeah,
into it, so that's why they got
yeah.
rid of her. Yeah.
So Anna has the goods on Cassius, but struggles to get the word out while institutionalized in France. Um, we'll begin to see the long term effects of her imprisonment and gaslighting at Cullum's hands. Any happy
Hmm.
reunions with family and friends are colored by counsel from a less than reliable source. So, who's going to be talking to
Oh,
Anna? Ooh, who's going to be talking to Anna? Okay,
right.
we'll see echoes of Anna's earliest incarnations as she returns to Port Charles with deadly intentions.
Mm.
Carly and Valentin. Valentin wagers his freedom in an effort to save Port Charles from Cullum and Sidwell. Will the WSB's leader, the mysterious Z, ride to his rescue, or is his sacrifice in vain? Carly takes it upon herself to save Jocelyn, not only from Cullum, but from the WSB itself, which means going head to head with a formidable Z. Carly needs to get revenge on Brennan for luring Jocelyn into the WSB. Any future with Valentine is at the mercy of the WSB, as well as a multitude of people back in Port Charles who can't stand Valentine, and one who can, Anna Devane.
Woohoo!
And yes, there are too many agent letters. What you mean Z? Like they act like this is Men in Black. Like stop it. Give this person a name. Um, Sunny and Sidwell enter a final battle with several lives on the line. Turner's included. Oh damn! Are they about to kill another Brenda bot for Sunny?
Oh no. Well, I wonder if
Well,
Carlo Rota and his wife are a package deal. Like, get rid
yeah.
of Sidwell, get rid of
They're
Horny
like, we
DA.
both out. Yeah.
Right.
Sunny is displeased by Carly's relationship with Valentin and seeks Brick's aid in bringing it to an early end. So this
Hmm.
is for your Carson fans who have always said that Carly's, I think Tara is one of those people, Tanya is one of those people who
Hmm.
always says that when Carly is in a bad relationship, it is part of the Carson cycle because Sunny gets mad and they get back together. So we shall see. Particularly if they're taking out Justine.
Right.
Sonny finds himself in Tracy's crosshairs when he is asked to take on a new responsibility. A power shift in Port Charles means Sonny has an opportunity to reassert his position, but it also means he needs Jason and Rick to get along. Mm.
Oh, that may be the reason
Um,
why Jason doesn't want to be a part of the mob anymore. If Rick is already in it, he just hates Rick.
Naomi says, I can do without Brick. Okay, so Stephen A. Smith, you know what you did. You talked about on Meg Thee Stallion. Trash, you can get off the show.
Right.
Unfortunately, not that I think that this matters and they should follow through, but I hate that Stephen A. Smith has more chemistry with Jordan than Curtis does. 'Cause I think the other thing that makes Curtis and Jordan so insufferable is that they don't have any chemistry.
Hmm.
Oh, because one of the things that I forgot to mention is that, Laura asked, they tried to pretend like Jordan had did anything in her little fake job with Sidwell to help with anything, and she didn't. But we did answer the question of like, what is she gonna do for work? She was like, I invested in stock, so I'm good to still stay in my, you know, mobbed out warlord apartment.
Ugh, I needed them to just acknowledge that she didn't really do anything for Sidwell.
Nothing, zero things.
She got paid just to be a spokesperson.
Laura tries to get Port Charles back on track in the wake of Sidwell's comeuppance, among other things. This may mean sandbagging Ezra and raising eyebrows with a surprising nomination to GH's board.
Hmm.
She'll also have her work cut out for her at home as she helps manage Charlotte and Rocco's difficult relationship with their parents. So I guess they're telling us that Rocco's coming back soon. Um, Laura exacts a price when Valentine seeks her help, smoothing things over with Lulu. Okay. Because like don't forget, Valentine and Laura were like co-parenting very well while Lulu was in that coma.
Right.
Laura could use some respite with Kevin and Ace, but her trip to visit them in Ireland may yield trouble for her marriage and bigger trouble for Port Charles. Let Kevlar be happy. I mean, I know that John Lindstrom and Kevin are out in Fairmont Crest, apparently saving Abby from being hit by a chandelier.
Hmm.
Um, but leave
Being
them
that.
together. Yeah, I'm all caught up on Beyond the Gates, by the way.
Me too,
Um,
a little bit.
Cassius risks a clean getaway to say goodbye. Cassius's life as Nathan comes crashing down, and we'll learn whether his masquerade has changed him for the better. But in the end, his legacy will not be determined by so much by his own decisions, but by the choice of someone he leaves behind. Mm.
Hmm.
All right. Britt faces big legal and personal fallout from her partnership with Cullum and Cassius. Good. Obrick holds Britt accountable for her choices and the secrets she kept. Good.
Good.
A huge revelation gives Britt a new lease on life. Boo. But what kind of life remains ahead of her? Few are happy to see Britt back in Port Charles, Carly among them.
Mm.
However, she may find a friend in Isaiah, a friend of me in Lucas, and a handout from Joe. But for every potential bright spot, there's a real pitfall. She
Who's Joe?
gets Joe is Mean Girls detective.
Oh, okay.
This is so funny to me because this is exactly what Laura Janice said. Laura said to Jordan, "You tried," and for me, I used the gif of Bart Simpson with the cake,
Uh,
putting it in the trash, and
oh
said, "At
yeah.
least you tried." Jordan, in the words of Jay Z, "They're trying to fail. The two things I hate. Get out of here.
Right.
Did nothing. Zero things." Okay. So, but for every potential bright spot, there's a real pitfall. She gets off on the wrong foot with Tristan, who's a newcomer, faces hard test at GH, and a harder question from Anna. It's when Britt finds a new love that she receives a kind look from a lost love.
Wait a minute. So she finds a new love and gets a. So me,
First of
Jason and her
all,
aren't
this
going
is
back
too
together.
much. This annoys me because this is given too much for Britt. So the new person named Tristan is actually, his real name is Dean Geyer. Now, if
Right.
you watched Glee, he was Rachel Berry's first college boyfriend.
Um,
Um,
I
many
think
people
I
did not.
stopped.
That's,
I think I stopped watching when she went to college.
it wasn't good. It was really
Right.
bad. It was really, really, really bad, and it got even worse after Corey Monteith died. R.I.P.
Oh yeah.
Um, and then I think TV Watcher's asking, is he a familiar character to the show? I don't think so. I think he's new. Yeah, I think he's new to the show. His name's Tristan. I don't know. They didn't give him a last name yet, or at least didn't hear. So I don't know. I will say, and somebody else said this earlier.
I think it's
I'm so
Tristan
sorry. I don't.
Roberts. It was like some
Oh,
play
okay.
on Tristan Rogers. So it's like
Okay.
Tristan, like Tristan Roberts is his name.
I think it might have been Medora, I'm not sure, who said that all these people come in and there's like no room for Portia to have any like real family. I don't one up you. It's all these white men coming.
Yeah, a
How many
lot of
more
white
white
men
men
are
do we
coming.
need?
Exactly.
And they just
We
keep
do,
coming and we get no
we
family for
do,
Portia.
we do get Kai's friend coming in for a hot minute. I doubt he's gonna stay for a while, even though he should
Mm,
because he's very interesting.
yeah. Willow grows desperate as time and supplies of paralytic run short. Nina and Brennan work together to track down evidence to keep Drew at bay should he
Hmm.
escape his locked in state. Willow must answer for her connections to Sidwell. Drew makes a big splash. Oh, yeah, because Laura knows that Willow is connected to Sidwell because Sidwell demanded that Willow
Oh,
become the congressperson.
yeah, but she
Yeah,
just doesn't know why. So,
right.
yeah,
Right. She doesn't
okay.
know why, but she knows that there was a connection.
Hmm.
Drew makes a big splash. Is Drew about to fall into some water? Is he gonna be like Christina? He gonna fall into the pools in Metro Court?
Ah,
Um, Brennan contacts Nina with news about a breakthrough, but is it too late? Willow's good wood floors are ruined. Oh, okay. So I guess he does something at home.
okay. A big
Okay, who
splash.
cares? Right. Did she try to drown him? Oh my God, is it gonna be like Diary of a Mad Black Woman? Uh, where she puts him in this. That's about to be Willow. Okay. Brandon and Nina get closer when she intercedes on his behalf. Okay. I guess if Carly can have Valentin, Nina can have her ex, another one. Because since it's been Cynthia's Nina, she has
Hmm.
not dated anybody or been with anybody that wasn't with Carly first.
Right.
She went with Jax, then she went to Sunny. Now, now Brennan. Is there anybody I'm
Hmm.
missing so far that she's been with?
Valentin.
Um,
She was with.
but not since it's been. Oh, okay. You're
It
right.
was like
Valentin
the
was okay.
wedding. That was like the wedding. She was there, and then she left him at the altar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Brennan means to repay Nina by equipping her and Willow with a means to permanently disarm Drew. Brennan gets what he needs from a surprising source, but he pays dearly for it. Ooh,
Hmm.
you gonna kill Brennan? Okay. Push too far. Nina pushes too far. Oh well, here we go. Somebody asked us a non-GH question, which is, how
Mm.
is Sandra from your earlier videos doing? And are you two an Eva fan over Cat or a Cat fan over Eva on Beyond the Gates? Real quick,
Mm.
Sandra's doing really well. Sandra's doing queer Filipino theater, and I go to all their shows, and they are doing wonderfully. And I am a Eva fan.
Me
You?
too. I'm an Eva fan, especially Kat now hemming and hawing over whether or not she want to save somebody's life. Girl,
I Sorry, y'all. Here's a very brief detour. I will put a timestamp in. I do like. I think the biggest problem with Beyond the Gates is that there should have been another black family that was rich. Because I
Mm-hmm.
think that there is something to like these like rich people like talking down to like even Leslie. So like as a
Mm-hmm.
person, me, I'm gonna always be on the poor people's side. I'm not on Leslie's side. I am on Eva's side. I don't
Yeah.
really particularly care. Let me say this though, Colby, the actress that plays Kat, phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Probably one of the best. Like, I mean, her the work she did. Even though I wasn't down with her last week, the work she did, I was like, oh, baby girl's coming for that Emmy. She was
Mm-hmm.
killing it. And I don't say that lightly because I
Mm-hmm.
still believe, despite everything, that GH has the best actors in daytime.
Mm-hmm.
Colby put in work last week.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, that's what I got. Um, as Jacinda's feelings for Michael grow, so does her impatience over Willow's place in his life. Michael still means to bring her down, but is content to play the long game. Jacinda may take matters into her own hands. Michael sees an opportunity in the wake of a corporate shakeup.
Ooh, corporate. Oh, because Drew coming back. I was like, what's the corporate shakeup?
Hmm. I don't know. Oh, that's sweet, y'all. Okay, we'll think about this Beyond the Gate segment every week. Y'all, okay, just also, I never tweet about Beyond the Gates. It gets nasty. I be watching them be in like actors mentions, like yikes.
Mm.
So
I don't know if I
yeah,
can commit to watching BTG regularly because there's just so much that I watch.
yeah, same.
I mean, but
I watched it
I
because my sister
watched
was in town,
and I watched it because of the stunt casting with Young and Y and R.
which was really
But
good.
even not, and it was good. But I don't even watch Y and R regularly, so adding BTG to oh.
Do you remember when you was telling me and Sandra, speaking of Sandra,
Mhm.
that when somebody at OYNR was teleporting and I didn't believe you?
Someone someone for what?
YNR was teleporting
Oh
and I didn't believe you. I was like,
yeah.
you must be mistaken. You're like, Tracy, I watch it every week. I'm like, there's no way. So anyway, uh Jordan earned Sidwell's enmity with her contribution to his downfall. Girl, you ain't do nothing. Okay.
Jordan earns who is
Sidwell.
Sidwell as an enemy. Oh,
Um, yeah.
one, she didn't contribute to his downfall, and two, she didn't contribute to his upswing either. So
She
she
just
was
did
just
she did not contribute.
he should be mad for paying her money, period, for nothing.
Yes.
That's what he should be mad at.
Yes.
It will be hilarious if he said that. He's like, I hired you and you've done nothing.
Nothing. Not one thing,
I
girl.
need you to give me
Curtis's
all my money
defense.
back.
I need a refund. I'm suing you. Curtis's defense is undermined by the cracks in Brooklyn's marriage. Mm,
Mm.
interesting. So that looks like it's gonna
Ooh.
come out.
Yep.
Isaiah enlists legal representation to sue Curtis in civil court over his debilitating injury. Mm.
I mm.
An emotional cross precipitates Portia going into labor. Isaiah's patience is tested ahead of Curtis's criminal trial. Will Curtis accept a plea deal that requires a short stint in Pentonville or fight it
Oh,
out in court where a
please
guilty
accept.
verdict would guarantee a much longer prison sentence? The two men put aside their tension temporarily for the sake of the family. Stella welcomes Marshall home. I love that they were like, "Oh, this is all Black Hospital." So, as we said,
Yeah.
um, a new arrival is just the first test of Trina's commitment to keep her parents at arm's length. So, the baby.
Hmm.
Um, Kai proves a capable cheerleader when Trina and Gio present their music before a group of influential record executives. Hated it. Kai's former teammate Quinn reappears in his life, aiming to make amends, but Kai insists that a renewed friendship is predicated on Quinn making amends with Trina. Trina is at the center of someone's attention, but that isn't a good thing. Kai is unnerved to discover that Drew is regaining his mobility. Kai and Trina draw the wrong conclusion when they learn of a harrowing incident involving Drew. Oh, maybe this is like the splash thing, and they think that Willow tried to do it.
Mm.
Yeah. Port Charles reaches a crisis point as Cullum attempts to leave Spoon Island with the result of Obrecht and Britt's handiwork. A timely arrival affords Jocelyn one last chance to stop Cullum, resulting in a bloody battle on Spoon Island.
Ooh.
Okay. Jocelyn's heroics brings her to the attention of Z, and when it's all over, she'll hold several fates in her hand and face reckoning across Port Charles. Going forward, Jocelyn must contend with Carly's opposition and commit to a lie that will have consequences for years to come. Interesting. Someone in the chat says that Michael Corinthos needs to spend time with his other daughter, little baby Daisy Celeste Corinthos Gilmore Corbin at France. It's
Wait a
actually kind of
minute.
crazy
That's
to
a lot of
me.
names.
There's a lot of names. It's actually kind of crazy to me that Michael has not had any conversation with Ethan because Ethan just came from France spending time with Sasha and the baby.
Hmm.
So you would think that he would like want to see pictures. It's like I just feel like they always do this with Michael. They just be doing stuff with him. Like Michael should 100% have had a scene, and we should see Michael saying he wants to take the kids to Hawaii. No, babe, take them kids to go see their sister.
Right.
Yes. Tara says the show is allergic to consequences, and it is. Ethan has Ava's six in more ways. Oh, Ava six, okay. In more ways than one, when she finds herself a target in a vulnerable moment, he makes a startling confession that will reverberate for months to come. A face from his past interrupts a budding romance and sends him on the run. Ava saves Ethan's ass. Okay, that's what we say in Soap Opera Digest, and carefully tests the veracity of his confession. Sidwell's ruin opens up new possibilities for Ava, but old antagonisms remain firmly present. Clashing with Sunny leads Ava to strike a fateful alliance that will have repercussions for a long time to come. So, are we going to see Ava back in the mob?
Maybe.
All right. Lulu is in for a series of shocks. First, when she learns that Valentin has been hiding out in Port Charles for months with help from Carly and Charlotte. And second, when news hits that Cassius assumed Nathan's identity. Dante offers difficult advice when her relationship with Charlotte deteriorates. Ooh.
Hmm?
Um, Anna's return from France may mean Dante can shed the stress of being police commissioner, but his relief may be short lived when evidence relating to a high profile crime goes missing. I wonder if that's the evidence that he ma- made disappear. Um, Tara, delete that. We try to forget that time. I'm not even going to read it into the record about what you put in the chat. Shout out to people who are listening and can't see it. Just know I'm offended. Um, Opposite this, the Summer Softball League offers Dante a chance to let loose, as well as a setting to strengthen his growing connection to Elizabeth. A connection that deeply unsettles Rick, whose romantic efforts keep getting interrupted. Elizabeth's curiosity about Brennan's ailment put pressure on Nina and Willow. At GH, Liz uses her credibility and position to push through a change in leadership. Oh, Liz enjoys a rare opportunity to turn the tables on Britt.
Mm.
Mm, mm, mm. Oh, I know you were making a point, Tyra. I'm just saying that that storyline in general offends me. I hate it. I try to pretend like it never happened. It did give us a legendary gif of Roger Howarth eating popcorn.
Yeah.
Nothing else good came from it. Brooklyn attempts Brooklyn's attempt to direct suspicion on Willow does not go as planned. Brooklyn and Chase face a major test as she must own up to her action. Chase draws a boundary with Willow. Does he? Mm. Brooklyn enjoys a positive development with Geo, but faces conflict and deception when the company takes on a new shareholder. A shakeup at the PCPD affords Chase an opportunity to regain his good name. Dante and Chase start working on repairing their friendship, though looming storms at the Quartermain house may threaten any progress they make. Hmm,
Mm.
interesting. Tracy and Lucy do battle with control of deception is suddenly up for grabs. Tracy's aptitude as Quartermain matriarch is put to the test by shifting fortunes at work
Mm.
and at home. Rocco is furious with his parents over their betrayal. Fireworks ensue when Danny and Charlotte seek to scuttle Cullum's plans. Danny has an unhappy reunion with Rocco. Ooh. When Rocco refuses to break his word, Danny retaliates by naming names. The conflict between the erstwhile brothers further strains Rocco's relationship with Charlotte. Charlotte got more problems with Lulu, causing her to seek new living arrangements. Ooh, not me being
Ooh.
gagged.
Right?
Jason's return prompts Danny to try to take the high road with Drew. Oh no, Danny, stay on that low
I
road.
know.
Anna's return to Port Charles means Rocco isn't yet out of the woods for shooting Cullum, but he has help from Dante, Laura, Sonny, and Brennan. Ugh, how Brennan died. Jason encourages Rocco to get Cullum's shooting behind him, let let out in the cold by Danny and Charlotte. Rocco finds a friend in Scout. Now, here's the thing. I want them to remember that Scout and Danny and Rocco were raised as siblings. I know that they are aging up Scout. I do not want to see no nasty nothing between Scout and Rocco. I don't want to see it.
Right. Yeah.
Um, this show does love some incest. It's disgusting.
Yes.
Mac is saying Dante grew his feelings for Sam while playing baseball. I don't like this copycat relationship with Liz. Just bring Sam back. Simple. True.
Yep.
Would love Sam back.
Exactly.
Um, Emma and Gio's romance is thriving as they pave the way for Anna's homecoming. Emma challenges Jocelyn when she finds out her sometimes adversary is a WSB agent. Mm. Gio tries to mend fences with Rocco. Gio is surprised when the showcase with Trina results in an opportunity to develop a music career of his own. The good news
Mhm.
brings them closer to Brooklyn, but their bond may not yet be strong enough to weather another lie. I
Hmm.
wonder if the other lie is that Brooklyn only did this because she felt guilty about black people. Because she,
Right.
Mom, you can't just feel guilty about one black person and help another one get a singing career.
Right.
Um, and so Gio says a life, but there are those in Port Charles who dearly wish he hadn't. Huh,
Ooh.
okay. A reversal for Drew means big trouble for Alexis, and she finally sets aside a long lasting pretense with Willow. Oh, so Alexis is about to tell Willow, girl, I know what you did.
I know what you did last summer.
Interesting. Interesting.
Uh,
Um, Cody makes a difficult decision when facing down a fugitive and later volunteers to take on an emotional, thankless job that may cost him one of the most fulfilling relationships he's ever had. For Molly, one professional opportunity may cost her another. Molly is there for Cody in a time of need, and together they take a big step. Don't care. Lucas
okay.
assists Joe. Oh, did you care? I'm sorry.
I don't.
Okay.
I still
I was
don't.
definitely the video of Wendy Williams. Clap if you care. No clapping. Got it. Lucas assists Joe as he seeks answers. Oh, Mean Girls detective. And then must deliver life-changing news to Britt. Lucas faces an uncertain future in the wake of Sidwell's defeat and finds solace in his relationships with Ava and Elizabeth. There's tension with Jocelyn, friction with Britt, and competition from Joe. This is funny to me.
Competition from Joe.
Tar said
Yeah.
Molly is going to move into the barn. I'm gonna go and see if there's any more, a few more things before I read the preview for next week, and we get up out of here. Connor, I don't know. I was hoping Z might be Johnny Zakara, and we were talking about how they need to open the jails because we have Johnny Zakara in jail, we have Matt, Patrick's brother, and we have Nicholas. Open the jails up.
Mhm.
If you think about it, BLQ is kind of weak because she let her grandmother convince her not to tell the truth early on. I mean, I love BLQ, but there are other things she's weak for as well.
Mhm.
Let's see. Yes. Let Curtis and Willow go to jail at the same time.
And
Let
Britt.
them do it.
And Britt.
Right,
Curtis, Britt,
right.
and Willow all in the same jail talking to each other. Wow.
Love that we have some like cat and team Eva in the chat. Um,
Mhm.
oh no, don't mess things up, Jacinda. Jacinda, you know she's about to mess some things up. It's about to be annoying. Okay.
Mhm.
And it won't let me go back any further. All right. So that's that. Y'all, this was great. Let's get into next week. We will read them quickly so I can get y'all out of here. Mostly because I need some tea, I need some vitamins, some emergency, and a nap. All right. Monday. Willow gets an unwelcome surprise. Trina sticks to her guns. Trina, girl.
Oh, yeah, she
Nathan
got.
wants reassurance. Ethan advises Ava. Brooklyn receives an update. Tuesday, Dante cautions Liz. Laura learns the secret. Brooklyn confides in Michael. Sunny challenges Ava. Chase makes a decision. Okay. Wednesday, Anna meets with her doctor, so we finally get Anna back. Carly makes a
Yeah.
stunning confession. Britt extracts a promise. Cullum pulls a fast one. Geo and Emma hit the pool. Thursday, Jocelyn clashes with Cassius. Lulu and Dante make a discovery. Chase receives a warning. Jordan seeks help. Alexis is summoned to the PCPD. And Friday, Anna takes a huge risk. Britt is in grave danger. Willow is in disbelief. Danny must act fast. Curtis jumps to the wrong conclusion.
Shocking.
Is there anything? What is the thing that you're looking forward to the most?
I'm kind of looking forward to Drew actually waking up.
Hmm.
I'm also looking forward to the trial and having people call out Curtis for the jerk that he is. I hope that's made public. And I want it to be made public that Isaiah had nothing to do with it. I
Hmm.
just want to see Curtis and Willow and Chase's face fall flat.
Yes.
I want them to lose at
I,
everything.
I want to see Curtis find out he's been wrong about Isaiah. And I actually want some I feel like nothing is telling me that Chase is about to get his face cracked for
Mm-hmm.
the whole thing that was happening with Willow. It
Mm-hmm.
also looks like he's not about to be her chief of staff. That did not come through in anything.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is true. It looks like not another courthouse baby delivery. We'll see. We'll see. Um, I'm sadly not looking forward to any of Trina's story. Um, I'm kind of looking forward to like what is going to come out of Jocelyn being with the WSB, but I'm not looking forward to her coming out of the WSB or like coming out of this whole thing still in the WSB. So
Mm-hmm.
my girls are down bad. My trust, I'm not looking forward to anything they got going on. Anyway, we've been here over 2 hours. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. I feel like there's like a hype button somewhere on YouTube that I'm gonna figure it out because somebody asked me about it earlier.
No.
Um, if you're on a listening platform, you can also leave us a comment. Otherwise, we gonna see y'all next week. We appreciate you being here with us.
Thank you for
Bye.
watching.